I grew up having one set of grandparents, and I only had a grandmother on one side. I'd never seen my grandfather from my paternal side. We'd lost him almost 50 years ago, and I've never known him. Now, when you fast forward to 2021, things have changed so much. Science has changed so much. We know that when there is an early detection, the prognosis is so different. When there is screening, when you're able to detect it early, we know that so many people who have survived and have lived to tell the tale. This is what we want to emphasize here. How is it that despite what God throws our way, despite what happens in life, how is it that we can fight this together? How do we make sure that we enable the best care, the best technology, the best ecosystem around our patients to do justice? We're talking about 20 million new people infected with cancer every year. We're talking about almost 10 million people who we lose every year to this battle with cancer. How do we make the dreaded C of cancer change to the hopeful C of courage? You know, the word courage, it comes from the French word heart. And it means that when your body is sometimes broken and when your mind is a little bit broken, how do you get the strength of heart to fight it? I see a lot of people when they talk about cancer or when they talk about any disease and illness, especially for all of us in healthcare, they say, it's my genetics, what am I going to do with it? It's my genes. And I heard something the other day where they said genetics is like loading the gun. Yeah, your genes do play a part in what plays out in our life. But to actually manifest it, to trigger the gun, to trigger that bullet, it only happens with our own lifestyle, with our own choices that we make. Those go a long way in how we manage it. So it's really important that together as a team, we create the right atmosphere. When we talk about breast cancer awareness in October, people take these screening, huge campaigns are happening in Dubai, in UAE. Everyone's talking about the pink caravan. We all do the free mammograms, but we all have an ostrich policy. Nobody wants to know. We're all busy burying our head down saying we're busy with work, we're busy with life. But life happens, but let's make sure that looking at what our genetics is, looking at what our environment is, what are those steps that we need to take so that we can take the best care of ourselves and those around us. I've had my husband on my case literally for the last 7 days saying, let's go book your mammogram. And I said, wow, that's amazing when you've got that support around you, people who care. And we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to those around us, and we owe it to each other. So please nudge, prod everyone around you. If it's breast cancer month, let's approach those. If you know you've got someone who's got a history of prostate, if you know someone who's got a history of cervical cancer, how do you give them the strength and the courage to not bury their head, but to lift up, look up? Because right now, if we are able to take those steps early, detect early, the prognosis is so positive.